All right, let's get right into it. We've all been there. The AI gets it wrong. And trust me, it's going to happen. But in this explainer, I'm going to show you the single most important skill you need to fix a bad AI response. And you'll never have to hit that start over button again. So, picture this. You spend time crafting what you think is the perfect prompt. You hit enter, full of hope, and what you get back is, well, it's garbage. It's totally useless. It's a super common frustration, especially when you're just starting out. So the big question is, what do you do now? Okay, and here's the thing. Your first instant, that gut reaction you have in that moment, it's probably wrong. In fact, it's almost certainly the least effective thing you could do. It feels like you're fixing it, but you're actually just making more work for yourself. So let's dive into this first big idea, the new chat mistake. And we're talking about why starting over actually deletes the AI's memory. This is, without a doubt, the #1 mistake I see people make. That bad response comes in and boom, they immediately click new chat. I get it. It feels like a fresh start, right? But it's actually a massive step backward. It's the one thing you really want to avoid. Here's why. You got to remember that the AI has what we call conversational memory. Every time you start a new chat, you're hitting a reset button and wiping that memory clean. All that amazing context you've already given it, your class size, your student's English level, the specific goals of your lesson, poof, it's all gone. Think about it this way. It's like explaining a whole project to a human assistant from scratch. Every single time you need one tiny thing changed. It's just a huge waste of time. Okay, so if starting over is the wrong way, what's the right way to correct the AI? Well, the solution is this really simple but incredibly powerful concept called the iteration loop. Honestly, this is the pro move. This is how you really start to get exactly what you want from the AI. So what is this iteration loop? It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's just the skill of correcting the AI right there in the same conversation instead of starting a new one. You wouldn't fire your teaching assistant just because they made a small mistake, right? No, you'd guide them. You'd tell them how to fix it. That's exactly what you do here. You just reply to that bad output and give it a clear, simple correction. You're having a conversation, not just typing commands. All right, enough theory. Let's get into some real-world examples to see how this actually works. We're going to tackle two of the most common problems you're going to face. One, the AI gives you something that's just way, way too long. And two, it's just a little too chatty. Okay, here's a classic. You ask the AI for, say, a short reading passage for your class, something simple, easy to digest. And what does it spit out? A gigantic 500-word essay? I mean, that would take up half your class time. So frustrating. But remember the rule. Do not start over. The fix is so simple. You just talk to it like a person. You literally just reply, "That is way too long. Cut it down to exactly 100 words." You don't have to be super polite or use fancy prompts. Just be direct. Be clear. Tell it the new rule. And just like that, boom, the AI instantly rewrites the same passage, but now it's a perfect 100 words. See how powerful this is? You've just fixed a huge problem in, 5 seconds, and you didn't lose any of that important context you started with. Okay, let's look at problem number 2, the overly enthusiastic AI. Sometimes it's a little too helpful, right? You get these chatty intros like, "Certainly, it would be my pleasure to provide the lesson plan you requested," which is nice, I guess, but it's also really annoying when you just want to copy and paste the text. And again, the fix is just another simple, direct command. You just tell it exactly what to get rid of. Rewrite that, but give me just the text. No conversational filler, no introductions. You're basically just cleaning up the formatting right there in the chat. And there you have it, a nice, clean output. No fluff, no filler, just the lesson plan, totally ready to copy and paste right into your document. It seems like a small thing, but these little formatting fixes can save you so much time and frustration down the line. Okay, now for what is maybe the most powerful and important skill we're going to talk about today, the localization fix. This one is an absolute game changer, especially if you're an ESL teacher in Asia or working with any group of students from a non-Western background. So here's the deal. These big AI models were trained on a ton of data from the internet, which is mostly Western. That means they have a built-in Western bias. So if you ask for a story about the seasons, you're going to get stories about building snowmen, drinking hot cocoa, and watching orange leaves fall in autumn. Now think about your students in Bangkok or Isaan. They have absolutely no connection to that stuff. It might as well be a story taking place on Mars. It just doesn't resonate. So this is what you get. The AI gives you this beautifully written story that is completely irrelevant to your students. It's all about snow and hot chocolate. And your first thought might be, ugh, forget it. I'll just write something myself. But hold on, you don't have to. Instead, we use the magic of the localization command. And look how specific we can be. We say, localize this story for Thailand. Then we give it the exact things to change. Swap the seasons out for the hot season and the rainy season. Change the food to sticky rice and mango. And use Thai names instead of Western ones. We're literally feeding it the new cultural details it needs to get the job done. And look at the result. It's a complete transformation. This is the power of localization in action. You've gone from a generic, disconnected story to something that's super engaging and culturally perfect for your students. This is how you turn a generic AI tool into an incredibly powerful assistant that really understands your classroom. So, if there's only one thing you take away from all this, please let it be this. When the AI messes up, don't you dare hit that new chat button. Don't start over. Iterate, guide it, correct it, refine it. Treat it like the smart, capable assistant it is. And that brings me to my final question for you. Think back to the last time an AI gave you something that was just a little bit off. Now that you know how to iterate, how to localize, what's the first irrelevant detail you're going to go back and fix?